Hello and welcome to my first YouTube video ever, where today I'm going to be showing you a little project I've been working on. It's a bot that plays the game Darkest Dungeon. Now, I don't have any special developer access or anything, so the way that I'm getting the game data and responding to it with my program is that I'm using a save file editor and save file reader tool written by a guy named RoboJumper. And normally this tool would be used for cheating, which is not what I'm doing. I'm only using the save file reader portion of the tool. And what you're going to be seeing today is only a proof of concept or a work in progress. It can only beat the first two tutorial missions in the dungeon right now. So it would only really be useful to you for that if you're just trying to not have to play through the tutorial missions or something. But I plan to do more releases in the future, and ultimately I want to be able to use the bot to beat the entire game. And another cool idea would maybe be if you could use the bot to farm up crystals in endless mode and rack up a high score. So, you know, I think that could be very fun as well. You know, if you're looking to just get extra crystals or, you know, level 6 heroes or, you know, farm up trinkets or something in the game, it would honestly just be faster to use RoboJumper save file editor tool to do that. So, you know, really this project is just for fun. I'm not looking to make any money or anything off of this. I'm not going to be accepting donations. And honestly, I don't even really expect a YouTube video to do very well, to be honest. And I don't really care. Again, this is just for fun and just, you know, to kind of let people know, you know, what I'm working on. Maybe some people will be interested in helping out with developing the bot, or they'll want to get involved, and, you know, that'd be great as well. So it's actually written in Python. To any of you who are interested, and if you have any skills and want to help out, I will put my contact info out there or on the GitHub page or somewhere where you guys can find it, so you know, you can let me know. Now, before we jump in, I just wanted to show you some of the other tools that I was using for the development of this program. I just want to give you know, credit where credit is due here. So this is RoboJumper's GitHub page, and the save file reader, it has a nice little GUI for it, which is useful for debugging, I've found. And I'm thinking that the save file editor probably has a GUI as well, but I haven't used it. Really, I want to thank RoboJumper again for everything that he did, because it would have been a huge hurdle for me if I had to do like all of this work myself. I might not have been able to make it this far, so I really appreciate it. I'm not going to include his utility into my download. You're going to have to come here yourself. I'll link you to it, but I just want everybody to show him some support as well. So thanks again to RoboJumper. The next one I've got here is PyDirect Input and PyAutoGUI. These are both Python libraries that are used for emulating keyboard presses, and it's very useful for automating any kind of task. I actually started out using PyAutoGUI, but I found that PyDirect Input is better for like creating bots that play games, and that's because PyDirect Input works with DirectX typically, where PyAutoGUI does not. So otherwise they work like very similarly. PyDirect Input is based off of the API that was created with PyAutoGUI, so I recommend both. You know, I think they're both very useful tools, so you know, go and check them out. The last thing I'm going to show you is Xbox 360 controller emulator, or Xbox 360 CE. The way that the bot works is that it requires an Xbox 360 controller emulator to function. So you don't have to use this one in particular, but this is just the one that I would recommend using. And just to show you what that looks like real quick, I can go in here and open it up, and this is really simple. This is just where you do your mapping for the keys, and then you know, inside of you know, my program here, if you go into controls, then you can either use the same mapping that I have here, or you can you know, customize it and use your own, and you know, that's fine too. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start the campaign, and as you can see, I've already created a save file that has the mods we want to use enabled. Now, I only use cosmetic mods and skin mods that aren't going to affect the overall gameplay, so no difficulty enhancing mods or anything like that. Quick note that you can use the faster combat mod if you want, but what I've found is that it doesn't actually help too much with the battle speed. And I think this is because it just speeds up the battle animations, but you can actually cancel battle animations when you're hitting buttons, and the bot does that on its own pretty frequently. So what I've found is that you just don't actually end up gaining that much. Now, I could be wrong. I haven't done too much testing with it, but you know, that's, you know, what I think right now at this moment.
You will arrive along the old.
So it's like we're getting loaded up here. If you haven't used any mods before, I will tell you it's really easy to do on Steam. So definitely recommend checking that out. You just go to this Steam workshop and just browse and click the subscribe button next to it, and that's all you have to do. So no crazy stuff or like file edits or anything that you have to do. So we loaded in. It looks like we did load up with some two pretty cool custom skin mods here, so I'm going to keep those. I will go ahead and link these mods below in the description so you guys can try them out. Big thanks to any of the people that created the skin mods. Really appreciate it. Alright, so without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and start the bot. And here we go.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path.
Just show you my hands like real quick. You can see that I'm not doing any of this stuff.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Not much to say right now at this point. First mission is really easy. You can just pretty much get by just by mashing the A button. So, you know, kind of what's going on here.
Be wary.
The next mission that we, sorry, the next battle that we get to is a little bit more difficult. You can actually lose if you just get like bad RNG, and
now it must be carried
miss all
home.
your attacks. But
leave
should
nothing
be pretty
unchecked.
easy as well.
There is much to be found in forgotten places. An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
So what we want to do here is we want to kill the big guy as quickly as possible in the front, because he has the more threatening abilities that we got to worry about.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
So our guy's almost dead. That's pretty bad. He could actually die, because like the guy with the rifle in the back could actually kill him on me if I'm not lucky here. Oh, we got a dodge, that's good.
Their cursed champion falls.
One thing about with the battle scripts or whatever is it does keep track of like the amount of like bleed damage on the enemies here. So if an enemy's already going to die from bleed, it knows not to focus on that enemy. It'll switch and target a different one instead.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them.
Luckily our guy didn't die there, and I'm just gonna open the last chest even though we don't have a key for it, and that'll do it for the first mission.
Welcome home, such as it is.
Alright, so not much to do in town here. Most of the buildings right now are locked once you beat the first tutorial mission. You have to unlock them later.
And men, soldiers and outlaws,
2 new heroes in the stagecoach. We've got a Vestal and a Plague
will
Doctor.
find their way to us now that the road is clear.
The Vestal already has a custom skin, which is pretty nice. We'll use that. And the Vestal does not have a custom skin, so we'll go ahead and get a custom skin on there. And as far as abilities go, like these abilities for the Vestal are perfect, so this was a good roll. These ones are random, but the abilities on our first 2 heroes are not. This one's pretty good too. You know, we got 1 stun ability here on the Plague Doctor, and we're happy with that. You know, with that, let's go ahead to mission 2.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins. The cost of preparedness,
now,
measured now in gold.
I'm not taking any keys
Later,
here. This is all I'm going to take
in
for
blood.
provisions in the 2nd dungeon. And that's because I've configured the bot so far to interact with like everything we encounter in the hallway and open every single chest, but I haven't trained it to use any keys to open chests or any items with that can interact with the things that we encounter in the hallway. So that'll be next. Another thing to note is that when we open a chest or interact with something in the hallway like this, we just loot all. We just take all the items. I don't have any inventory management built in yet, so that'll also come in the next release. So this first fight is pretty easy, not much can go wrong, but this dungeon gets progressively more difficult as we go, and when we start encountering stress damage dealers in the back, I'll point that out. That can be a little bit more threatening, especially if we get surprised at the beginning of the fight. So things can actually go pretty bad here quickly, especially since the heroes that you start with are random and they have random abilities. So you can quickly get yourself in a bad situation if your party is shuffled.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Abilities that you need. But right there, you know, we got out of that fight pretty cleanly, looting the items and switching to the hero that we want to lead us in the hallway. So
Even
that's
the
our
cold
Highwayman that's
stone
selected right
seems
now. He
bent
has
on
the best
preventing
trap
passage.
ability, and that's good because you know, we want him to be the one to disarm the traps for us in the hallway if we scout those out. So this guy in the 3rd rank in the back to the enemies, this is a stress damage healer, so he's a high priority target, and we want to take him out as quickly as possible, or stun him as quickly as possible. So that's what my heroes are programmed to do here. And then we're going to go ahead and heal that guy up, so very good so far. Now the way the battle system works here is that each of these enemies has like a certain threat rating, and it also tracks which of the enemies have already moved. So it uses that when taking into consideration which ones to target. Right there we stunned the guy with the club instead of the guy with the sword. The guy with the sword is more threatening, and you can see we just took a big hit right there. But I have it programmed for my Plague Doctor to target the guys in the back line first, so he went for the guy with the club instead, because he was farther back in the range. It usually doesn't make that big a difference, and hopefully we'll just be able to heal him up here pretty quick.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Alright, we loot the treasure, switch back to the hero that we want. Then we go to the next room. And we got a good scouting roll there, so we can see some traps in the hallway that we've revealed.
Finding the stuff is only the first
You'll get
test.
to see
Now
how we
it must be
disarm the
carried
traps.
home.
Something that a lot of people don't know, I only found this out like later as I was developing this, but if you don't reveal the traps, it's still good to have your hero with the best trap skill leading the party, because his trap skill gives him a chance to dodge the trap when you hit it. So it's still good even if you can't disarm it. You haven't revealed it yet. So far this fight looks like it's going good. We want to do the group heal. Nope. Alright, I take it back. We want to heal this guy. Yeah, we really need to kill that stress damage healer. The reason why it's so important to kill him is beneath the health bar, you can see like the little white bars underneath each of my characters. That's the stress damage, and you know, as you accumulate stress throughout the dungeon, it just doesn't go away once the mission is completed. And your heroes can actually die for that, or stop obeying your commands when that bar fills up. So it costs money to remove that in town, and you want to save as much money as possible and really try to manage your resources in this game. So it's really important to kill those enemies that deal stress damage to you as quickly as possible. Sometimes what happens there is our guy goes to do an attack before the battle animation is finished or before it's ready, and then it has to go through the loop again. And that's just unfortunate. I don't think there's any way around that, really.
A death by inches.
And that's because there's no way to know when the battle animations are finished, other than basically doing a wait you know, inside the battle
If only
script.
treasure could
So,
staunch the
you know,
flow
I've tried to
of
optimize those times as
otherworldly
best I
corruption.
could. And you can see a lot of times, like, the attacks will happen right away, but not always. We got an extra hallway battle here, but luckily enemies are surprised. So we should just be able to kill them pretty easily with some extra gold, but not if we miss like that.
Another one.
So we'll take that crit. Good. Get some free stress relief when you get a critical. I've been talking non-stop so far, but I think I nailed all my talking points. I don't got much to say right now. We just have another kind of boring fight here. But I mean, you can see that our healer is doing a good job prioritizing who to heal. So you know, so far this has been looking pretty good. Right there you can see he actually attacked the guy that was already stunned and killed him instead of the other one, but it didn't really matter. That's because both of those guys with the club,
Success so clearly in view. Or is it
they're
merely
such a low
trick
threat
of
that it
the
doesn't
light?
even care if one of them is stunned already. It's like not even worth a couple lines of code. Alright, so onward to the corridor on the right next. Got a bag of treasure. Holy water that's kind of useless here. And another room battle coming up. This is interesting. So I don't remember if we fought against the skeleton crossbow guy yet, but these guys can be pretty threatening. They do a lot of damage and they crit really often, but they can only use their big attacks if they're in the back range. So the Plague Doctor is really good with that one ability that can stun him and also switch his position to the front.
Maintain the offensive.
And it also clears the enemy corpses out of the way too. I think that the targeting thing got stuck there, but there we go. So we didn't get the stun on that guy, but we still cleared the corpse, and this is good because this keeps the crossbow guy out of the back range where he can do the most damage to us. So what you might see here is from here on out, you might see the character switch around and avoid killing this guy right now because he's a low threat, and or we'll stun him. But yeah, basically we're going to avoid killing him right now so we can heal up our Plague Doctor who's low. Unless the Plague Doctor just kills him with the light ability, I guess. I guess this is fine. That works too. The Plague Doctor doesn't have it built in to really stall, but the Crusader and the Highwayman on ranks 1 and 2, they have it programmed in to like stall the fight out in this situation, so that we can heal up before ending the fight.
But a victory nonetheless.
Unfortunately, I got a little bit ahead of myself. We didn't really get to see that, but
A full pack
I was explaining it though, just in case we might see it later. Now we're gonna disarm a trap, and you'll see, like right now, that we're inching toward it really carefully because we don't want to walk over it. So we have to go this slow until we can disarm it like that. And that will speed up and finish walking through the hallway now. And our guy is a klepto, so he's gonna steal the treasure from us, including the stun trinket, which would have been pretty nice. But we got the hunger check. Now, when I play the game, I usually like pay for the quirk removal, and I'll remove klepto right away. If I have a guy with klepto on it, because it's like the most annoying thing. So my script doesn't even know that the klepto hero got selected, because I just don't even have it programmed in. So so it kept him as the lead hero. Alright, this is going to be a good test, because our party got shuffled, and this is definitely the hardest fight of the whole dungeon. And you can see, you know, our stress is pretty high on the Plague Doctor, and we just missed the stun right there. So so this could be bad. Now I have confidence. Oh, I wish he would have went for the stun again. Oh, it's because he's in the second rank, and it doesn't know. Oh boy, it doesn't know it can use the stun ability right now from the second rank. That's like on my to-do list to fix.
This is how a life is taken.
But we got the kill there, so that's good. And he switched our positions right there, which actually kind of helps us a little bit. So so this is going okay. It's all right. Yeah, I was saying I have confidence that that if like the party gets like mixed up like that, that I do have it like programmed in there, like how to switch the heroes and like fix it if they're in bad position. But sometimes that can go pretty rough for us, like right here in the first mission where we don't have all the abilities that we want for all our heroes, and they're just kind of like random right now. So it looks like we're making it out of here though pretty good. And we'll get the stun off. The cursor isn't stuck. And you know, unfortunately that just happens sometimes. I'm not really sure why at this point. But you know, as long as it just cycles through and then still uses the correct ability, you know, we're happy with that. I think he's just stalling right there. Even though this is the last fight, we don't really need to stall, because once it's done, like all our guys will heal up anyways. Probably still gonna try to stall and heal up the Plague Doctor, because it doesn't realize this isn't the last, or that this is the last fight. Alright, and they're just gonna kill this guy. It doesn't do the stall thing past turn 5, so they're just gonna kill this guy, and that's gonna be it.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's
There
end.
you go. We'll take all the treasure.
A fortune
It's like
waiting to be spent.
we either found an extra torch, or we picked one up. This is loot, but there you go. It's second mission complete. So now we'll go ahead and get out here. Alright, quest complete.
The tents are pitched, banners
Okay,
fly,
now
and the
that's all I've got
corpse
to
wagons
show for you
stand at the
today.
ready.
But you know, like
The
I said at
circus
the
has
beginning,
come
I
to
do
town.
plan to do more releases, and you know, I'll put my contact information out there. If anybody wants to get involved in the project, feel free to shoot me an email. You know, I'm uploading all the code and everything to GitHub, so you know, I will accept pull requests. If anybody you know, wants to help me out or wants to be part of the project. So you know, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you guys have a good one. Bye.